Hello and welcome. It is the game you've been waiting for. Why are you not on social media, calling, texting, putting up smoke signals to your friends? It is time. It's happening soon. It's happening in 5 minutes or so. It is Mixup versus IT upper bracket finals, or if you're Ruin, upper bracket round 2. I believe they're the same. I don't know. I already said his name. I'm gonna bring him in. It's Ruin. What's up?
Hey guys! So, this is the wait you've been gaming for, as Seabear said.
Yep.
I've been waiting since the Invitational, the Zowie Invitational. I'm really pumped. I want to see who's going to come in hot. I think it's going to be one way or the other, and it's all going to depend on the mids. Who's playing their best. Mix-up, IT, we don't know. We're going to need to take some suggestions from chat, I think. Who do they think is going to win? We need some predictions.
Yeah.
And while chat is doing that, I will take a moment to thank ESEA's sponsors, which would be SteelSeries and BenQ. They have some nice stuff. I use the SteelSeries mat. It's pretty good.
Yep.
So, give us some predictions, guys. Tell us what you think.
And I am serious about telling your friends, anyone that's interested, not just in TF2, but if you have a friend maybe watches another game or is interested at all in esports, this is it's going to be good. Obviously, many of you are familiar with the rivalry over, I guess, man, I mean, you've even been part of this rivalry, a big part of this rivalry back in the, I guess, 3 seasons ago, Ruin. It is not always been IT versus Mixup, as in the names and the players, but the core has always sort of been the same. Banny, I guess at this point, is really the sole survivor. Shrugger has been around for, I guess, a 2nd season now. This is his 3rd season, I think, with Banny, but these two teams have really dominated the North American TF2 scene for, I don't know, 2 years, if not more at this point. So this is the game, the rivalry that's been set up for years in the making, and whenever they meet on LAN, it's always awesome.
Yeah, it's like gods clashing in the heavens, the TF2 heavens. So it should be good. Mix-Up is just taking care of some stuff, but they should be here any minute and ready to play. Seagull's joining up. Their team needs to be here or they're going to forfeit some money. That's the way it works. If you're not on time, then you give up some of your cash prize. So I'm sure they'll be here any minute. You guys will not have to wait much longer for this. What is the chat saying right now?
I don't know. I'm in the process of tweeting out that we're going live like everyone else should be doing, because I want millions and millions of people to observe how awesome this game is going to be. And we are, Ruin, going to be. It's fate has given us the first map. Everybody in chat, say it with me. It is CP Goolywowsh. Ah, you won't get tired of hearing me.
Right there.
Yeah, buddy. You got to hold on to the 2 O's. That is how you pronounce this map, and it is going to be good. Like we were talking about before we went live, that you and I have casted maybe 4 or 5 Goolywowsh games in our time. And I think every one of them has been pretty awesome. In fact, some of the most memorable casts I've ever done were last season on this map, so hopefully the luck continues.
Yes, I'm hoping for that as well. There is no quick fix. Hopefully there won't be just rampant bashing of the current metagame in this season's Goolywowsh standoff between the Titans, but I think it's honestly going to be the best. I'm so excited. I want to see if Tyler's back in his form. If he's going to just crush. Is Platinum going to get to mid quicker than Banny? I don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out.
I hope that, well, I guess I should know what the timing is, but
well,
Banny's
you can
playing
get there,
Scout.
Of course he's going to get there faster than Banny because he's a demo, and demos get there faster than Scouts.
Oh man,
so,
Ruin, you did the meme. You made the silly bear. Well, you said Banny get to mid. You know, you meant Zalox, who's now the demo. So
no. Banny's playing demo.
What?
He's switching for this game.
What? No, he's
not.
No,
he's not.
You're gonna trick me into thinking. Oh, you jerk! I was like, wait, Zalox can't play Scout.
No, that's just what everybody wants, but they're not gonna get. They're gonna get Banny on Scout, and everyone is wondering, is he a top tier Scout? Is he the best Scout? Yeah. Because he's the. I mean, he was the best demo. That's you say he's the best demo, you know, in North America. So is he the best Scout? We will find out in this game, in this series. Tomorrow, if we don't find out tonight, we're gonna know.
Right, that's exactly what Ruin said when we were talking pregame before we went live. I was like, so is Banny the best? Because I haven't really seen. I mean, I figured after watching and playing with him, I know he's like a really, really good scout. But this is where this match, this best of 3 versus the best possible competition, at least in our hemisphere, this is where you prove it. And I'm excited to see what the answer is. Now, I do want to talk briefly about their series this season. I missed all the games. I was looking back on Mixup's record. Mixup ended the season at 13-3, and IT ended the season at, drumroll, 16-0, as I guess the best team in North America has to do every season. Oh, we're going live. So I guess I'll just, the point will be moot, ruined. But I guess the Zowie Invitational, Mixup won. IT won the 2 head-to-head meetings this season. So it's kind of like the rubber game on LAN. It's going to be awesome, and you're going to take the first mid, baby.
Yeah, I will take the first mid, and I'm going to be watching Platinum. I want to see what he's going to do. He's going to look for that early damage on the scouts. Hopefully he can get it. Does not take that fall damage, which is, of course, expected. Looking for those scouts. No, the scouts are delaying, just waiting to miss that that sticky spam. Just putting down some pills. Seagull taking down RR really quickly there. Tyler's really low in the deep red. 3 members of Mix are hurt. They need to get aggressive here. 2 members of IT are below the point, and they're being spread apart now. Mixup is just being torn up here. They have to back up. Only Enigma and Harblu remaining. Harblu backing out. Enigma trying to make a play onto the medic is not able to do so. Harblu is alive, but they will not be able to contest their second point. Well, actually, they might, because the cap on 2, or the cap on 3 is going to, mid, I guess, is going to take a minute. No, they're not going to contest it. 30% down. They're just going to stay at last. They have a pyro, not opting for a heavy, which is refreshing, I guess.
Well, it's still early. Maybe they thought that there'd be some shenanigans. Right now, Zalox was trapping, I guess what we used to call river, that far right side if you're defending, that sort of incline up towards the second point, the elevated part of the second point. So they have that long stretch locked down, does IT. And we do have a sniper in the hands of Squid. Feel free to not post the squid thing. What do you call it when you draw things in with like characters? You know what I mean, like the platinum face and.
ASCII.
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, Seagull takes out Shrugger. They may look to. Oh, Enigma's going up from behind. Maybe he's gonna try to do a spawn camp. So we'll hold on for that one. And it looks like the combo of Mixup is pushing up a little bit, maybe trying to catch them out of position. There is a soldier stuck in the river, but they're just gonna back up and they're gonna wait for Enigma to try to get a pick. Enigma losing that, I guess Shrugger expected to have a camp on the spawn. Yeah. And the Uber has gone off for IT, and Harblu is holding it. He's not popping it, but it looks like they're putting pressure on the point. He does have to pop, and no one will be even close, really. Oh, but they do manage to catch Shrugger, who was a little bit too far in, and they're going to be looking to push up here with a 2-man advantage. They need to make something happen right now, Seabear.
RR is waiting lower in the doorway area, and he's going to do the roamer thing with Seagull, where they both shoot each other with rockets. They have shiny silver shoes on, but they will end up killing each other, and there goes the ×4. Point will go down for Mixup, recapturing their second point. And that Harblu Milk, we're already seeing the difference between these players and the match previous, and that is Harblu's been here before, played, I think, Medic and obviously Roamer many times, and he knew that he was fine. He was just going to milk away, just sat there and got his team an advantage with that milk, and now they have the second point. They're being defensive, though, hanging out on their upper, and they're going to put the onus on IT to push into this hard to capture second point.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just starting to make their way in here. RR jumping through with a fresh buff, looking to just gain some ground. They are backing up. Not sure why. They're going to either have to commit or not, and it looks like they're going to try to commit here. Platinum going right in, taking out Zalix, but they need to make something happen. There comes the Uber, but they're putting pressure on the point. You can tell that the team is calling for the pressure, the constant pressure on the point. Seagull goes down in the back. Tyler's going to go down here to RR, and this is looking very grim for Mixup. The scout taking out Indust. If Harblu can stay alive here, we're in a great position, but 2 scouts on Harblu. He will surely not survive this onslaught, but not before taking out Shrugger. Platinum is alive, but I don't think he will be able to stop the point in time, so they will be back on their last. But it's Gully Wash, and you have many opportunities. There may as well be 10 lasts, Seabear, and they have to cap all 10 to actually win, because that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that there aren't 10 lasts here, because 1 is, like you said, definitely enough. I don't know, no Uber advantage to speak of. Indust, a tiny one, but I'm looking for IT to change up their strat. We saw last season, and I didn't catch any of the Newly Roush games this year, but sort of pushing River, at least trying to split up a direct push and getting guys on the backside. Maybe half your team goes under while the Uber pushes right in one of the doors. It's just so hard to shove all 6 in a door with sticky spam and just the sort of choke pointiness of this point. Looking at Mixup's defense, I do hear a sentry gun beeping. Enigma's got level 3 up, ready to party up top left for the attacking side, and that's going to be a nuisance to deal with. But otherwise, pretty standard. IT is not sacked for any suicide classes, and I think they're just going to go in, it looks like. Or at least spam from the river side, that far left attacking side.
Yeah, it looks like they may opt for that. It's Scout going in, probably going to try to suicide, but Banny manages to get the pick on Seagull while he's dealing with Shrugger. RR and Lansky are going to spam the sentry. They can get it if they both hit it, and they do get it. So Enigma will be switching back off to Scout in the meantime, while Shrugger is coming back. And it's going to be another hold here. They're just going to look to find a nice angle or find somebody out of position. But, if I know Hardblue, if I know Tyler, they'll be itching to kind of get out there and use this Uber. You can already tell Tyler is looking for an entryway. So we'll see. They don't sit on the Uber too long. The way I see it, the longer you sit on an Uber, the more opportunities you have to drop it or use it in an
Shrugger, by the way, is scoped up, looking for that medic, but Hardblue, good positioning. He's moved up. He's in a goal shot.
Oh, that was so close. Shrugger barely missing.
Shocking that they let Shrugger get in that deep. He walked all the way in the doorway without taking a point of damage and got a nice second-long scope up on the medic, but he did miss that shot, or that would have been...
Hardblue's out of position, and he drops the Banny. So there's the drop. They're going to just push right in. All they need to do is just keep the numbers up. 2 members of Mixup down, but 3 of IT down. Platinum getting some follow-up picks, and they're just going to fall right out. So some miracle plays from Mixup will keep them in this round. And there's the second last. IT has pushed into the second last. Let's see if they give the third last a go. And maybe they'll get to the 10th and actually win a round.
Yeah, it's like the Cat's got 9 lives. They're on number 3 right now. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm guessing Sticky Trap. I think Platinum got 2 with a det, but all of a sudden after the Banny force drop, IT was down to 3 and one was a sniper, and that's just not good. Seagull's gonna go down again, but trades off with RR, doing the Romer patty cake action up on top right. And there's actually a spam fight, but I don't think Mixup wants to pick it because IT does have an Uber advantage. Interested to see if IT would go crits there. They have regular Uber, and Indust and company, they know they have the advantage. They're going in. Welcome to the storm of bullets. Hardblue does go down, no Uber to defend. How much is IT extended? Here comes the Scout trying to drop Zalox. Zalox does get squid. Platinum is behind the point as Demo still alive. They're going to have to deal with him. I don't know if IT's going to be able to get this. Scout plays Zalox still alive in 6, but Platinum pipes him. Indust is only one alive for IT. He is out to mid, holding on by the hair of their chinny chin is Mixup, just scrambling, scrappy fight.
Yeah, I saw the linchpin of IT's attack there was Banny dancing around on Tyler's face, a full health soldier that wasn't even looking or shooting at him, kind of making him look bad, to be honest with you. And he delayed Tyler long enough to where Mixup was in a bad position. Tyler ended up dying to RR because he spent all of his ammo, everything trying to kill Banny, finally did it, and then died to RR when he had nothing left. And if he hadn't have, I think they would have been able to push out, and they would have had a much stronger force. Maybe Squid would have lived. It's that water, or is it waterfall?
Waterfall. River?
No, it's when you it just keeps rolling and rolling, and just one little thing can cause just this large, change in everything. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy.
I'm confused. Okay, I have a question for you, though. Why is Enigma's gun placement there? Usually we see the engineer move it behind those boxes where that little heavy poster is, and keep it safe from spam, because we saw RR and Lansky take it down with well-placed spam. It's not exactly hard. It's just sitting there waiting for you. Is there a reason? Is that a better spot?
Well, that place just puts the soldiers down below in the lower main entrance.
Well, the point! Wow, Captime, what? Nipple hairs on my screen, that is 100%. They have to pop to go down there. I think if Shrugger just snuck on in, no river, no men in river for Mixup, and now they're going to have to stay on the point because it's so close. Lansky's bullying on it with his rocket launcher shoddy combo. He's going to be able to take it. Zalox, RR, Lansky clean it up. Shrugger just snuck in on a random time, got 99% of the point capped, and IT is going to win off of that. What a play.
Yep, very nice play by Shrugger. He definitely capitalized on an opportunity, seeing that no one was near the river or the water side, and just walked right onto the point. It looks like Seagull and Tyler putting a lot of pressure onto IT's side. Indus getting a kill onto Platinum with this crossbow. Tyler taking out RR, but Mixup's going to have to fall out here. They're in a really bad position. Zalox is in pursuit, trying to catch them, but he will not. He's too slow. His little feet cannot take him much faster or much further. So Seagull's going to build this Uber with Harblu, and they're just going to try to hold last. This is not the game that I expected. It is good, but these mids are just going in favor of IT. I think their mids are just a lot more solid, and when it comes to TF2, it's 60 to 70% of your game is just the mids alone.
Yeah, Harblu is out of these fights with like 45% Uber at mid. I mean, you can't blame them. They're losing these fights, and it's always better to keep your medic alive. But Indus is going right in. He's barreling in with his soldiers. He's in the fight. He's scrapping, and Mixup seems like they're planning on losing. They're just on the back foot. So, well, they do both have Uber, and there was a pick. Shrugger went down early, so it's a 5v6 situation. But I don't see Mixup pushing out here. Zalox and company have the lockdown, sticks and pipe spam. Best Mixup can do is try a forward hold here, but again, even that, not sure what they're trying to accomplish. Squid poking around the lower garage door, and we have an offensive... Okay, he went engineer for a second, but now we have the Banny sniper.
Yeah, and Banny's not a bad sniper. I'm sure he can make something happen. You have so many opportunities to get a pick when you're pushing a last, especially Goalie Wash. He opts for just a pick from the garage door, main entrance into lobby, does not
Lansky forces the pop.
Ooh,
Just
the pop.
Harblu out of position again. Lansky just collects the easiest force of his young, muscular life, and he's going to continue on to Tyler, who's going to actually nice escape by him, but I guess with both Ubers being traded, not the worst case scenario. Tyler does go down, doesn't make it back to his team. Banny's about to scope up river, but he gets killed off by place spam by Seagull before he could get the shot off, and Lansky as well is going to go down. Seagull is climbed up top right, and he's actually going to watch the rest of IT go, and I think second should go from this here, as Mixup is going to file out of their big garage door and retake the second point.
Yeah, looks like they just opted to back out and play it safe there. They are playing well, so they can afford to give up 1 point. It's okay. They're going to just opt to hold the mid here. Sticky's up at the choke, and they're just going to build it up. Yeah, RR above, just kind of doing a little mid-air dance.
He's riding the bicycle, baby, 40 feet above the ground there. I did not know you could actually get stuck up there, but he's doing the keyboard dance, keeping his body up there. Not even, like I said, there he goes, he falls off. The bicycle is down, the unicycle he was riding on that 45-degree angle little awning, he's going to fall down. And now we're at mid. Mixup showing some life here. But now, how do you push this mid against such a good team? It's just so hard to get in clean with this Uber. We'll see what Mixup wants to do. They just wait?
Yeah, I think they're just going to try to... I don't know if waiting is a good opportunity, but Seagull goes down to Banny in the big door area. They're just going to push right in, and they're in a bad position, though. Tyler taking a lot of damage. The pop comes out earlier, but it looks like Indus drops Zalox there, and Tyler's going to just back up. They're going to take care of what's behind him. That's a smart call. They need to take care of these scout and soldiers here. There goes down the scout. There goes the soldier, and all they need to do now is push forward, take out the medic, because 4 HP. There he goes, and Noma getting him. And it's only Lansky and Shrugger remaining. Shrugger will be at mid, maybe looking to make a play. He is, yes, hiding. And he gets caught by Seagull. Seagull with his Seagull sense does manage to catch him.
Such an awesome play by Mixup all around. I gotta give props to Tyler as well, who dropped Indus down to the single digits, while the rest of his team went back to clean up the IT flank, which pushed in behind them into their base area. Tyler took all the pressure off by taking 4 people out of the fight and damaged the medic. And Mixup's gonna keep rolling. Zalox is down yet again. The red demo has been dead way too much so far in this game. Banny gets clipped by a pistol bullet, and Lansky goes down to Siegel, who is all over the place right now, taking all sorts of pressure off his team. He's going to get healed up. Uber in the hands of Harb, who's going to get it right as they push. A perfect pop in by the blue guys, and they're going to get on the point here. I think this round is going to go unless there's some serious throw action, but no. Mixup ties it up.
Wow.
What a comeback round.
An impressive display of teamwork there, as it were. They were in a bad position. The Uber came in. Tyler decided to just pick off that demo. He knew he was hurt, and it was just really well played. You want to take this mid, Bear?
I do. I want to see Harb lose mid. I know it's not always exciting to see the medic, but he's going long with his soldier through their second point in. It's going to allow IT every bit of mid that they want to take. And they can't push in because Banny's waiting for him. They do trade off to 3v4 situation. Mixup trying to stay in this combo versus 3, but no heals. Look at Tyler go. He's trying to keep his medic alive, but he can't. Tyler now versus 2. He's got Banny. Tyler, no. RR able to drop him. Only 22 health. 22 HP on the only remaining mid player. Platinum's going to go out now and say hello to RR in his yard. RR not electing to start capping that midpoint. Finally will, but wow, what a close mid.
Yeah, an incredible mid. A very nice plays by Tyler there. And he will allow for somewhat of a reset on the mid. Mixup is contesting the point right now, trying to put the pressure onto IT, and he does manage to do that. They are backing off the point a little bit, but now the heals are coming in with Indust. They're taking over the point. Mixup is going to have to back up. Only Tyler and Harbley remain with a 30% advantage on Indust.
Lansky's all over the medic combo right now. Harbley was out of position. He got bounced out of position by Lansky, who just saw an opening, took out Platinum, and helped drop the medic. Mixup falls in shambles. Indust is going to have Uber. They're going to go right in. A perfect pop by them, getting Uber as they push. No Mixup really here to stop this. Heavy's going to come out. How Russian can he be? Russian enough to handle this Uber? I don't think so. Gibbs fly. Squid is down. ×3 on the point. The Pyro comes out, trying to hold, but no, not enough. IT dominates that round. That extended mid-fight. Mixup got pushed out too far, too split up, and IT just crushed him.
Yeah, that was really, really nice play by IT there. They capitalized on everything perfectly. They pushed their heels forward just the right amount, not too far. The Uber came out at the perfect time. Banny this mid, in the eyes of the Tiger right now. Banny looking to put some pressure onto a scout, takes him right out. It's now a 5v6. Banny looking to make a flank onto the combo. Does see 2 soldiers, but gets gibbed by them. But Mixup now having to fall back because they had to turn around, and IT did manage to respond to that distraction. Platinum just barely getting out with like 30 HP there, which is a godsend because holding without your demo is not good. But Zalek's kind of out of position here. He should go down, and he does, but RR jumping through to get on the medic. Just going to try to get onto Platinum. Does manage to sneak the pop, but Indus does not have the Uber. Indus too far back here. They should be able to push in, at least get the pop, unless Lansky is playing up close, expecting that they might push in. Very nice play by Lansky. They can just Uber right through. Platinum denying that Uber, and he's not going to be able to get out. Platinum's going to go down here, but they can't lose anyone else. They should be able to at least delay this to where they can hold their last.
Yeah, Banny went down to Platinum Sticky. Seagull's behind, does drop Zalox behind the play at mid. RR is going to clean him up for the domination. Roamer dominating Roamer, a tear in his shed. But Mixup's going to be able to hold on to their yard for how long, though? Here comes Lansky Bomb coming in. Thomas drops some pain. He's going to force back. Shrugger barrels in behind his pocket, and Tyler is going to pay the price. He is down, and IT with a clinical push. Let Lansky go in, take the top off, and the rest file him behind. And that is going to be second point. Lansky is behind, or flirting with going behind, and that is it. Mixup's going to go back. They do have a 30% Uber advantage, but they're firmly back at last, Ruin. They're not going to go.
Yeah, it's 1-2. It's anyone's game at this point. Both teams are playing well, and I think they can hold this. They can push it back to IT's last. Definitely. It seems like they try to do a somewhat of a forward hold at some points, which I don't really think you need to do unless you don't have Uber.
Right.
I mean, they fell back now, but it looked like they were thinking about it. And they may look to push in here. Tyler peeking, trying to put down some spam onto the medic, maybe out of position, but he was not. And at this point, it's going to be a suicide play, I think. I think it's going to be the scout into a sniper. They're going to try to either just get one pick of an isolated player, maybe Seagull on the patio, or they're going to try to just make a suicide play onto the medic. We'll see here.
We saw the IT suicide play. Well, there's Banny. I was about to talk about exactly what Banny just did. They try to take eyes off of whatever door Banny goes into, and he did go in. We are still fragging out between the two teams. Actually, IT gets the worst of it, down one member, but Lansky has Platinum, and they're going to pop. Uber Platinum goes down. Harblue dropsies. Can't drop your demo there, and Mixup's going to fall back. They're not in dire straits yet. Squid is behind. He's got a 1v1, but Banny destroys him at the right door, and IT might go in off of that. They're trying to get underneath, but just so much spam blocks him. Banny goes down. Mixup is low. Here comes a jumping soldier in last. Lansky is saying hello to the blue spawn, but Enigma's got him, and I think IT's gonna have to back out now without their pocket. And Seagull jumps in, takes the demo. Some fast-paced action here at last, just towing the line here, both teams.
Yeah, and it looks like Platinum does manage to spot RR hiding in the river, trying to make a backcat play. He's just kind of putting some presence, some pressure up top so they can't just push out for free, and they're probably just going to hold last here. They should know that they have a sizable advantage here, and I'm not in Mixup's head right now. If I were playing Medic, I would want to push out. 50% advantage. I have faith in my team. I would try to put this in their hands, personally.
Yeah, and
I think they should push.
IT's keeping the pressure on. I mean, they have RR all the way up river. He's a pickable in that position right now, but they're more confident, Mixup is, in their ability to defend this last point. And I kind of side with them. I think from a casting, viewing standpoint, we'd like to see the push out because it fosters more action. But for Mixup, they won their one round they've won so far by defending properly and just getting momentum and rolling IT all the way back. So that's what they're going to try to do, and I can't fault them for that. Now both teams do have Uber. No pick class to speak of for Red. Will they send Banny in again? Looks like he is going to go in. Try to Boston Basher, but he will do so into the minigun. Stays alive forever. Oh my gosh, Squid. Hit him. And that is going to be it. Again, Seagull's trying to go in, try to catch IT unawares top lobby, but that's going to be two dead, both soldiers down. So IT will just go in now, and there they go. Pop Uber. Heavy is going to be kept at 450, which will be really hard to deal with. Pressure on the point from the scout. Banny has gone under river. I'm sorry, that's Shrugger under river. Sky high! Squid, you can't deal with my 450, buddy! And that is going to be Wipesies. Mixup holds on the back of their Russian beast. Banny scouting in lobby, but he's going to get taken down probably, or... Well, he is Banny, so he's immune to damage, I guess. Oh, there he goes.
Yep. That's his passive. He's immune to all damage of the enemy team. So, right now, they should be all pushing out, taking this point. IT is not going to even try to contest this. But do I see crits, or am I crazy?
Krieg, baby. No, you do. That's right.
I do see crits on Indust, which is a welcome change, I think. It should bring a nice change of pace to the game. It's only been Uber, I think, throughout all the games, pretty much. So, I don't know if they'll be expecting it. Hopefully, they'll hear the medic call that he has the charge early, if Indust doesn't mask it. But...
I'm not sure how the crits is going to get to Harb. I mean, you can't throw a boomerang crit sticky. So they're going to push in right now with crits. Harblue's going to have his Uber in like 5 seconds, so they're going to try the home run crit sticky. No, it doesn't go. Zalox misses, but he didn't have anything to shoot with. Great reaction by Mixup. Tyler does go down to the crit, but there's an Uber. Hello. And Zalox is going to go down. They're going to clean up the rest of IT. Shrugger able to drop Platinum to sort of put some gauze, that's the word, on the wound there. But IT's in. They're going to have to back up. And Ruin, this looks a whole lot like the second round, the one that Mixup won. IT just makes a misstep and Mixup pushes.
Yep, it looks like Mixup is just putting some gauzy wash on their wounds, and they're just pushing back out, which is great. It's really nice to see that this is a very close game. It was looking a little shaky at first, but Mixup is finding their form in this match, and this is only the first map, Seabear.
Yep.
The first of many maps, hopefully, between these two teams. And IT looking to kind of push in here. Indus out of position, gets taken down by Seagull. But they have to be careful here because they're all coming out the same entrance. The Uber does come out. They need to get like maybe one more pick and they should be able to push into second without any contention. And there's the other pick. Zalux kind of out of position trying to make something happen. And he goes down. A lot of members of IT, they're just kind of sacking everything. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't either. Indus died, and they were in the process of doing a crits push, but Indus didn't have it. There was an uber advantage in the hands of Harblue throughout all of that, which is very rare to see with the team with crits is behind in percentage. They tried to go in perfectly, but by that time, they just weren't prepared, and I think Seagull was the one who dropped the medic, dropped Indus. So now Indus is trying to build at last, but look at Harb. He's got that 30% advantage, so a great opportunity for Mixup to tie this game at 2. We do have a red Pyro going to play defense there, going to try to blast back any aggression into last. But Harblue should be ready to go right now. They need to go right away.
They have to go now, or they're going to get it.
Well, they're going underneath. Early pop, but again, no defensive Uber for another 5 seconds or so. No frags, though. Mixup breaking this.
They need another frag.
Down. Platinum is going to go down as well. Seagull's on the medic. They may have enough. It's so close right now. Zalox is low. 3-on-3 situation. Harblue's going to sneaky on the point. He's got needles underneath. Drop Fady. But the demo under the point in river.
They're so hurt. He's got it.
Zalox. Oh! Zalox with the hero sticky. 58 health on the last remaining member. That fight couldn't have been any closer. Squid just dodged the wrong way and caught that sticky in his breadbasket. Zalox with the clutch. And now IT is going to push out.
Yeah, IT with a nice advantage here, about 25%. They're going to take this second and a free Seagull they find on the way. They should be able to push right into mid here. Zalox just grabbing some ammo, gearing up to just trek right into mid. They're all going to go in through the big door and just push them right out. But it looks like they are aware, and they're maybe looking to do a wraparound play. Yeah, they are.
Oh,
I
man.
don't think it's going to work, though, Seabear, because they have the health advantage. They know what's happening, and they're prepared. But it looks like Squid manages to take out RR right away. Enigma going straight for the demo. Everyone's hitting their shots on Mixup, and this is just a miracle for them. This is great. Banny trying to dodge out as much as he can, but here comes the scout to clean him up. Bostonian Beanmen do not fare well against other Bostonian Beanmen because you cannot dodge that hit scan. It's not a projectile.
Right, and I gotta say the IT combo, huge misstep. They had Uber during that whole fight, and they lost their entire team. Huge mistake. Mixup just got their Uber, but of course Indust has his. It's getting dust on his Uber right now, but he's got it. And there goes Mixup. They're gonna back out, wait for a pick class. We do have Banny sniping, Shrugger heavy, so they are dug in. The trench is dug out. RR is poking, looking to see if he can find some blue, but they are all the way back. They've retreated up around top left for the attacking side, and now we're going to see what Mixup can do on this impossible last to push. How are they going to go about it? Are they going to do pick? Are they just going to push? We'll see.
They really should look to get that sentry down first. The way that IT took it down in prior rounds, you just got to put 2 people down below. Seagull going down, trying to make a play, not able to make it happen. They can't lose anyone else, but Enigma does snatch RR. He really should look to get out of there, but it looks like they're trying to pinch him. His team should support him in this because they're out of position, but it doesn't look like they're anywhere to be found. They're outside of the base. Don't know if I agree with that, but they did the best with what they had, and they're just going to stay at last with that comfortable level 2, soon to be level 3 sentry.
Yeah, could we see the Enigma spy? Or will he just come back as scout? Enigma, we've not seen a lot of off-classing by him. He is considered, at least in my opinion, one of the best spies historically. Haven't seen it in a while. Maybe Harblue, they'll switch medic and let Harblue do one of his patented Mackie-esque spy plays, which drive the stream viewers wild. Oh, one can only hope, but no. Enigma's poking. He's getting blasted down to the teens in life. But we're going to hold here. Banny NG. It's going to be tough to push this heavy NG pretty strong.
Yeah, really difficult to push into that wall of meat and metal, but another bomb coming in by Seagull, I don't think he'll be able to get by. Somebody suiciding on point while the other suicide coming in from Seagull onto the combo. It looks like Enigma went for the point, was not able to get it, but did manage to get a little bit of time. IT is making the correct response by pushing directly out. And Platinum does have stickies down. They're going to try to contest right in lobby, which I think is a good call. They're trying to stuff them, which is, here comes the Uber. And they're going to have to fall right back. So Harblue positioning himself. Oh, Tyler's splitting up, though, and finding Banny, although they do manage to reconnect. Sky High, a.k.a. Squid, trying to make a play, not able to do so. They need to hold here, put sticky traps up, because IT will be looking to push.
I questioned IT pushing out of their last with an Uber stalemate situation, but how dare I, of all people, question IT? Because they've put themselves in a pretty favorable position. They're going to be able to forward hold at least and try to win a spam fight, and that's going to be a big help. Siegel goes down to Banny, who gets caught out. Siegel has been playing a very dangerous roamer game. RR, on the other hand, finds the scout doing the old roamer play, hiding behind a corner, behind a wall, says hello to the second pick, and now Mixup's back at mid, and they're in trouble here. They will have Uber, but there's going to be a window where IT could get in, and I think they are going to go. They are in.
Yeah, RR on red health, trying to jump up. Enigma snatches him out of the sky, but they are playing rather defensive. They need to back up a little bit here and just get any picks that are playing near the combo. They're looking to push behind through Big Door right now. Indust will be probably climbing up top. He's going to try to get out that way. Enigma focusing the scouts, does manage to pick out Shrugger, and Indust trying to surf some damage, but he surfs right into a scout scattergun.
Yeah, not a good surf. He hung 10 and died. And Mixup's gonna go in. It's just medic. Oh, RR drops Harbaloo. Didn't even see the sniper switch. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that's gonna take some pressure off. Will it be enough? Point pressure here. Platinum is crawling on a river, but he's dead. Tyler's the only one alive. He is over at second point right now. So again, a miracle hold. But you got to think, if Harbaloo didn't get sniped out in the first second of that fight, it would have been a different story. And now Tyler is going to try to defend the second point, but he's sort of on an island, a Tyler island. I don't know what he wants to do here. He's going to, I guess, hold while second is recaptured, and I believe IT is going to get this. Here comes Mixup trying to catch and trying to stop. Bombs will come in, but not in time. Second does go down, but IT getting the frags. 3 down for Mixup. They're falling apart here, trying to recap, but 6 on 3, and that's just not going to happen. Going for the air shots, but negative. Full wipe. Mixup down mid at least.
Oh, is that time? That might be time?
Oh, okay. That's why they were going crazy. GH.
Yeah, that could be time there, but wow. 2-1. And you can't say that's stalematey, really. There's a little bit of stalemate on last, but when the action kicks in, it really does.
I'm not complaining. That was good. Yeah, you got to say that lived up to the billing. Mixup had a really good chance of winning that. Both teams actually in that last round, I think, were down to their last guy defending last. So pretty awesome first half as we stand 2-1 in favor of IT. Things that are standing out to me, just looking at the scoreboard, which, if you're new to our game, to competitive TF2, the scoreboard doesn't always tell a story, but Banny being 13 points ahead of anybody else that's not a medic in this game right now, I think does say something. He's just been a monster, winning 1v1s, being all in the right place, and we sort of talked about whether or not Banny was going to, be able to do it on LAN. He's been the best demo on LAN before many times. Is he the best scout? I don't know if he's the best, but that was a really good first half for him.
Yeah, it looks like he did go 22 and 20. And what you
want
to look at... Yeah, it is. What you want to look at is the DPM. That's what's important. His damage per minute was at 199.9, essentially 200. In a 30-minute game where there are stalemates, your damage numbers will be affected. So 200 is actually the highest of any scout in this game so far, right now. So he's consistently putting out the damage, and that's what matters. First, you need to put out the damage. Second, you need to make the comms, and your team needs to follow up on that damage, and that's how you win.
Yeah, I want to say real quick, as we are in halftime of the first map of maybe 3 versus the 2 best teams in North American TF2. We do have around 2,800 viewers watching this, so hello, lovely viewers. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. If some of you are new to TF2, competitive 6v6 TF2, give it a chance. I guarantee you won't see any better 6v6 TF2 anywhere else in the world. I give you that guarantee. You have my word. And if you're interested in seeing more, go ahead and head over to teamfortress.tv, which is the central hub for our game all around the world, and is an awesome website where you can check out our streamers. So this is the Season 15 ESEA LAN presented by BenQ and Steel Series. Big shout-outs to them, and we're ready to go, Ruin. Second half, man. Are you hyped?
I'm so hyped. I'm so ready for this action. Mixup is going to bring it back. I can feel it in my bones, Seabear. I'm going to take this mid away. The heel's getting dropped onto Tyler. He's going to get that 300 and just look to make a play directly onto his side. A soldier jumping in deep quickly. He does take him out, but Zalex takes out Siegel. 2 members of Mixup already down. 3 now. Tyler picking off Shrugger. but they're in a defensive position. They now have to back out. The mid is going to go to IT here. That is not what Mixup wants to happen. They need to win some mids. They need to make it easier on themselves. Essentially, imagine a Stairmaster, if you will, Seabear. And it has settings, right? Of how much resistance you want. You lose the mid, you kick that resistance up a few notches. But if you win the mid, you kick it down because you get that lowered respawn time and you're closer to their point. So, I kind of sound like John Madden. It's like, you landed in the end zone, there's a touchdown. It's like, but they just need to win some mids, not only for morale as a team, but it's just going to make it so much easier to just finish off that round. You can win the mid, you win the universe.
Yeah, they're just not committing really to the mids. I mean, I think their main goal is not getting wiped, not giving up the quick round. They feel more confident in their ability to scrap around their second and last point than they do just committing at mid. We do have a soldier that jumped all the way behind for blue. RR is dancing around in the last point. Now, you can't cap last until the second point is capped, so he's just kind of hanging out here. Mixup definitely knows because he just jumped over their heads that he's there, so RR is not going to get pressured. Mixup electing to maintain their hold of the doors here. We'll see how this plays out. Scouts approaching pretty far up on the flank here, Ruin. They're going to try to make something happen. Here comes the Uber in. IT has pretty much perfect positioning, but Zalux goes down. Indus couldn't get the flash onto him, and no demo is so hard to push. RR has emerged from his slumber to jump on the point from behind, and here comes the sandwich action. Tyler goes down. RR going for the medic, but no, Enigma saves Harv, and it looks like Squid and Enigma take some pressure off, but 4 alive. They're going to have to get out. Harblue is alive. He is alive. He will make it back to last, but IT, boy, that was a really nice push, Ruin. They kind of went in, went out, lost their demo, but got back in again, and they have second now.
It's a ballet. It is. It's a science, in and out. That's the way you do it, ladies and gentlemen. So, with this, I think Indust is a seasoned enough medic to know that he has a 20-30% advantage. Banny taking out Platinum and TLR.
Yikes.
Just within inches of each other there. Really nice play by him, and they're just going to walk right in. Yeah, they have a sniper, but they have Uber, and Harblue will not be getting his anytime soon. Seagull taking out RR with a well-placed rocket, and the Uber on the point. Indus is dropping everyone. Maybe this sniper play is a curse in disguise. Indus going down, that's a wipe.
I can't believe that was, I mean, wow. He took the Uber off. He switched out to try to cap. The Heavy was in that sneaky, I guess is what you professionals call it, that little dark tunnel next to the point, and the Heavy revved up. Seagull jumped on the point. They just bursted down the non-Ubered targets. So misstep there by IT. They should have had that round, and there's second. Looking at the Ubers, Indust will have an advantage here. Harblue staying on regular Uber. No crits for Mixup as of yet, but IT's back. They're at mid, and now Mixup's back on their second point. So they've retaken and they've held last like champs, but pushing Uber versus Uber or the Uber versus Uber regular fights have not gone in their favor. They need to force these sort of scrappy cleanup fights, which they've been way better at.
Yeah, they've been doing really well. In the face of defeat, they persevere. So Mixup will be holding their second once again, which they seem to be pretty good at historically, at least in this match. When they're defending their second, I think they do it pretty well. So hopefully they can turn something out of this defense here. Both teams opting for the regular metagun, standard Uber charge, and
boring. Get the quick fix out. No.
Get the what is it called? The vaccinator? Let's get the vaccinator.
I love that thing, man. I feel like that's the future meta. The best medics will switch, like, oh, rocket coming in, switch to the blast protection. Go! One can only hope. We're going to stalemate out, though, waiting for... IT has just pushed flank, and it's worked out pretty well for them the last couple attempts here. They're trying to as well now, but Harblue is lower with his team, giving them buffs and heals. So we've seen Harblue Ruin kind of hang out above the point in that little attic area, but he's down low in a pretty vulnerable position if they can get in. But I guess he's just confident in their ability to keep them crammed in. I gotta say, Platinum holding that main big door on the left side by himself as demo, which is doable, but it's pretty scary if they just push right in on him.
Yeah, and you know what I'm watching right now, Seabear, it's really interesting, to me at least, because I've been playing this game for so long, and what I see is just the evolution of the gameplay of Sixes. And it's interesting because they're constantly shifting. they're constantly just trying to show in one place, move to another. They're looking for an opening, and they do find one in big door. They're just testing it. They're seeing if they can find someone out of position, seeing if they can catch someone with a rocket. And Tyler is poising himself to just go in with a solo Uber. That's what they're expecting. They're expecting IT to walk in through just big door, and they're just going to solo into them, which would be just horrible for them. But anyway, back to what I was saying. They're just going back and forth, just peeking, and it's precise. It's not careless. They're doing all these things on purpose. So it's really cool to see how they're not just carelessly just throwing themselves in there and kind of just being careful about their decisions. They're just looking for that perfect opportunity.
And Mixup, to their credit, is moving as well. Harblue has went up to attic. He just dropped down again, and there we go. They got in through the smaller door, I guess, on left. I did call it the big door earlier, so that's mistake number 2 of the day. Don't worry about it. That's it. No 3. Ubers are going to be traded off, flashing heavy for IT, but they're going to win this Uber exchange heavily because Harb's down. Will there be any reinforcements attempt to jump this point? It looks like negative. They're going to try to fall back here. Mix-up scouts poking in, but no help for them. They need to get back. Seagull low. Platinum puts stickies up, but he's got to go back. A 4-on-6 for the moment. There come the rest of Mix-up spawns, but Dust has a 40-50% advantage, and Harblue is going to have to build and hope that he can get his in time. But IT isn't going to just shove in. They're going to wait and get set up here. Maybe they could have gotten in while they didn't have heavy up. But they're going to let Enigma and company build their sentry guns. They're going to let Mixup set up their defense. They're just confident that with the 40% Uber, they can just go in, which they probably should be able to.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now what Vanny is telling his team. All right, guys, calm down. Here's the deal. We have Uber advantage. We're going to push in through River. We're going to pop early before we turn the corner, and we're going to go straight for the medic. And that's what's going to happen, but it's only a solo, and I don't know how much Lansky can do with a solo Uber. He does manage to take out the heavy. A scout getting on point.
Danny!
And no attention to the point will cost them that round.
The Uber was exactly like you called it, except Banny didn't go with the Ubered soldier, who just didn't really do anything. He just kind of spazzed out, flung his arms around, like, look at me! And everyone did look at the Ubered soldier, trying to keep him away from the medic, and Banny just went river and jumped on the point and won the game. So 3-1 now, IT, and the way that the pacing of this game, the way rounds are going, it's going to be really hard to mix up the comeback. They're going to have to be more aggressive on mid, but they just haven't been that way as my TF2 crashes, so go ahead, Ruth.
Uh-oh. Well, I can tell you right now, Seabear, that you are missing a good mid, a mid that may be actually going to mix up. I can tell you that they're playing an inherently defensive style. From what I can see, it looks like they're just constantly playing on their side, constantly playing on the decline of the ground and whatnot. You want to have the high ground. You want to be able to spam down. You give your soldiers, your projectile classes that advantage, and they're not doing that, but they did manage to snatch that mid, and Indus did get out alive. So they should be able to hold this last. A sniper and a pyro coming out for IT. And right now, it's any man's last. Ooh, Tyler just pushing a little bit more than he should, catching some stickies with his feet, and exploding. Okay. And Mixup now just backing up. Are you back in?
I am back in. My HUD is screwed uped. Unless, no, both medics do just have Uber. I thought you were calling. I should listen. Listening is a skill, Carter, but no. Platinum does go down. Ubers are going to be traded, and it looks like Mixup's going for last. Seagull says, Uber me in. I'm going to last. He's on it right now. Here comes Blue trying to stop him. Needles are out. Are they going to get this? No! Wow, what an attempt. Mixup just, that is YOLO. YOLO.
That is the definition of YOLO, yes.
That's pretty insane. Almost worked. I wouldn't quite call that nipple hairs. There's like maybe a stack of like 20 nipple hairs, but close play. IT's going to be able to regroup on second. Squid gets 8v1'd. He's dead, and Mixup's going to have to regroup at their midpoint, which they control. IT 40% Uber advantage. They will be going. Platinum's trying to cram them into this doorway, but IT wants to get in. They've taken a lot of spam damage, and they will actually get in just barely. Seagull goes down, Romer down, and Tyler's trying his best, but Enigma's going to go down as well. Tyler's underneath the point. I don't know if they know he's there. They do, because he's dead. And now Platinum's going to have to usher Harblue out of this fight, because they are losing it. Big pressure coming in from the soldier. Both soldiers are in. Platinum is dead. Needles are out. Can he get away? Can Harblue live? He will be at last, but Indust has an Uber. Second will go down. IT probably just going to push this Uber right now, and wow, what a swing.
Yeah, I can say that this circumstance that Mixup is in, is, I believe, to be the nail in the coffin. You can tell that they're kind of just letting go. Their grip on this game is loosening as time goes on, and I don't know. I don't see it really going in their favor if they lose this round. 4-1 is an incredibly steep hill to climb.
They're doing a lot of poking with their flank. Enigma go down to start this fight out, so it's a 5v6 Uber fight into last. It's going to be 4v6, but Shrugger goes down to make it 5 for the attacking guys. They are in position to take this. Very, very nice patience by IT, just hopping around. They're going to take this round unless Hardblue explodes everybody with the medic super move. No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, Banny just crushed 3 people walking into last there. So Banny just playing extremely well right now. It just looks like he's outclassing Mixup scouts currently.
Which is, I thought, something that we wouldn't see, but it's still early in this series, and you got to think this is the favorite matchup to see tomorrow for our grand finals. Zalox gets hit by the home run rocket. Demo down early on this fight. Mix-up all over. They've gone for broke on this mid, and it's worked out for them very well. Only 3 alive for IT. And I believe even more are going to die. Lansky, Tyler's fighting a scout in elbow, but Banny able to give him the 1-2, the Ukes. And now Squid's going to try to drop Banny. He's going to have Enigma's help, and they will 3v1 down Banny. Harbaloo does have a bit of an advantage. Indus was running and not healing, so he's behind. Second should go. And actually, Mixup could play this where they have an Uber versus no Uber situation. Not anymore. RR took it away. He was so close to having it. And IT, out of nowhere, leaps onto the second point, wipes Mixup off the face of the map, and that could just be it.
Yep, that could very well be it. You can tell that IT is just playing just better. They're just more reactive, and they're more proactive too. Like they just decided to push right out. They said, screw it, we're even numbers. They probably have the same level of heals we do. Let's just DM it. Let's just take this fight. They took it. They have rounds to lose, so they took the play and they got it. The Uber coming in, forcing the combo of Mixup out, but they're falling back just a little bit. They got a little too ambitious there.
Enigma snuck out and stopped the capture of second while they were pushing last. And that slowed it down just enough because, I don't know, IT couldn't commit to that push if they didn't have last, so it would have been folly. So they kind of backed up here. Mixup's going to hold for now. The Heavy is up. The Heavy is doing its thing. Oh my lord, Switter just mows him down. Platinum and Swid turned 3 in a row, so a breath of life for Mixup. Zalox is going to get caught out by Enigma, and Mixup's going to be able to push to their second. Enigma is already there, waving
Platinum's
his team
at
on
last.
through.
RR's going to go for it. But I think it's too late. RR just goes for the medic, or, well, goes for a play behind, does not manage to get anyone. 4 members alive for IT, and only 1 of them are at mid, so they're just going to concede this middle point as well. Hardblue on a full Uber advantage. They should probably just push this straight into Big Door. That's what I think.
Yeah, Zalox has Sticky set up upper, so he's going to try to catch that bombing soldier up there, like that Sticky trap, but it's not going to work out because the flank is going to be shoved in right now by Red, who got in, popped on nothing. That's an Uber.
Yeah, he heard the sniper and just popped. Not a good call. I would not recommend that, but there is a scout behind them. That's great news for Mixup. They should just push right into last, but Tyler, a little ahead of the game there. RR taking out Platinum. There goes their push. They just threw everything they could there, and that's gonna be that. I think Hardblue's gonna go down, and then they're gonna retake mid.
Cool.
Seagull's up top, taking out Shrugger, but not before Lansky manages to find Hardblue with his rocket.
Yeah, that's a devastating kill here. Mixup has just been just throwing themselves, trying to make plays, which we like to see, but when a big play, when you sacrifice or you risk everything to make a play and it just doesn't work out, that you lose 2 points, and that's what we're seeing here. Could be even more. Indus with a 100% Uber advantage, the old 100% Uber advantage. Not good news for Mixup as they are watching mid be capped. They're trying to get away. They will all make it out except for Platinum, who gets clipped, and that's the second
the most
death.
important.
Yeah, well, medic, and then
besides the medic, but you know,
that's bad news.
You're right. You're right.
Indus is milking right now. He doesn't want to pop. He's watching his team fight risky. We saw him lose a lot with an over milk earlier in this game, but it'll be fine because Banny is on the case, killing everybody. And now Hardblue gets caught out by Banny. Zalox up top. We do have Scout trying to come in. Squid needs to be the best Scout.
Banny with a 4K.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's it. Probably, unless something really scary happens at last. Indus did end up popping.
5K.
Was he gonna get the?
Yeah. I don't know.
What is it called when you get all 6? Is there like it's quick? It's like the domination.
Double ultra kill. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you look at the point disparity. Penta's 5. You look at the point disparity between Banny and the top scorer on Classic Mixup. He's doubling their points. I'm afraid to look at his damage right now, but we will see it after this game. I mean, there was a little bit of life in Mixup there for a second, but they just lost it all on an out-of-sync play. They really need to go to Walmart and pop in, you know, some NSYNC and listen to that in the hotel. Here comes the Uber, scout right onto the point. They're trying to make something happen, but they just don't have the numbers nor the heals. There is a 5-1. IT taking the first map of the series.
Wow. Okay, so that was the second half didn't quite. I mean, the first half was pretty epic. Second half a little more one-sided than I expected, but then again, I don't know anything. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready for the second map, which I believe will be determined by a process of elimination between the two teams. I believe the losing team, which was Mixup, will be the veto, the first to veto, and then the higher seed will veto the map pool until they find the second map. I believe. I think that's how it goes, Ruin. Pretty sure.
I think you're also right.
Okay,
so we will find out. We'll get that information from our friendly TF2 ESEA admin, killing in the name, and we will forward that information to you guys.
Yeah, well, we'll get the stats up here. Kurt, Truck, the man, the best there ever was, is going to put that up on stream right now. We're going to look for what Banny's damage. It looks like it's over 200. It's very small on my other monitor. Can you see it?
Yeah, 231.9 was his DPM. Sugar at 193, Enigma at 156, and Squid at 184. So just completely outclassing the other scouts. Even Sugar on his own team, 42 frags and 26 deaths. That's almost a 2-to-1 KD, which is phenomenal on a scout.
Now, help me out here. You said at halftime that he had 199.9, so 200. We'll just round up. I think we can do that. And a score of 22-20. Is that not right? So in the second half, he went 20-6 to Banny.
I believe so.
He capped a few points too, about 20 of them. That's a lot. Okay, wow. So yeah, Banny, awesome first game. We'll find out what the second map is. I believe we're just gonna stay here though, as we are with every person in the server currently not playing. I guess they're probably out figuring out what the next map is going to be. So if you're Mixup, and you were Mixup not too long ago, Ruin, what do you say? I know these guys are very confident in their ability to beat IT, and that was a pretty one-sided affair. Are you worried if you're Mixup, or do you think if you get the right map, maybe Granary? I'm not even sure what their second best map, I guess, would be against IT. Granary comes to mind. I'm not sure if they're going to get it, but what are you thinking?
I'm sure
if you're
they'll veto it.
Yeah,
what I'm thinking, if I were personally there right now on Mixup, I would be worried because I know the people on that team, and I know that they are somewhat vulnerable to things like this. It will affect how people play, their morale, how they react with each other. It's not going to be good. One thing that is very nice about IT is they're able to kind of recoup from potential losses and turn it into a learning experience. Whereas on Mixup, it may be more of a negative kind of, hey, you didn't do this, or, calling people out, and you never want to do that. In any team, anything, whether it's a sport in real life or a video game on your PC or Macintosh computer, it doesn't matter. You don't want to do that. You want to be supportive, and I feel like it might be a little scary. The map will help, but 5-1 is kind of decisive, and I think the way that they played in this game, especially toward the end where they kind of got reckless, will be indicative of how they will play on the next map. So I don't see it going well.
Right. I do have a tidbit of information from Killing in the Name, who was at the LAN. It looks like the first veto, Mixup vetoed Coal Plant, which I'm slightly embarrassed to say, Ruin, I have no idea what that is. Is that the remade
yes,
Asheville? Okay, so I do know. I'm not that bad. And then IT vetoed Badlands. So all you Badlands fans, it should be 2,600 of you right now. We're not going to see that, unfortunately. but Granary is still in the pool. I guess they're just sort of talking about what map they want to play between the two teams, as Killing is phrasing it, and I guess they're talking or thinking Snakewater. I guess Killing wants to flex his admin muscle, and he wants to not have them play the same two maps again, which I don't really care what they play. I wouldn't mind seeing a little Badlands, maybe a little King of the Hill, a little Granary, but
maybe Viaduct. Maybe they might choose Viaduct actually. So, and that would be a treat. I love Koth. I love casting Koth. It's just action packed. There's no stalemating, so it's always a pleasure to do that. And now that I think of it, that very well may be the choice.
Yeah, we'll know as soon as you do. Killing did say that he gave them 2 minutes to figure it out, so you guys can go ahead, get up, stretch, work it out a little bit here, get on the Stairmaster, whatever you got to do. We still do have a second map to come at least. We'll see if Mixup can come back. We're all hoping that they do, as chat is degrading into things that it shouldn't be, but that is what happens. My theory, Ruin, is that when a Twitch chat gets over like 800 viewers, it becomes one of the worst things. Even though I love all of our viewers so much, just the combined number of people in a Twitch chat makes it devolve into something somewhere around like the Cro-Magnon era with like a keyboard and copy and paste stuff. So,
yeah,
you know what?
Just a large gelatinous glob of nerd.
I'm gonna
just
write like
pounding their keyboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna write like a dissertation on the theory of Twitch chat when it evolves into that state. It's close. Okay, so they picked Snakewater. It is Snakewater.
I feel like we've seen that. I feel like we've seen a Snakewater before.
We've seen a Snakewater over here. What do you think about the matchup between the two teams? Let's go into Mixup's mind. How does Snakewater play between the two teams? I feel like that's advantage IT, but maybe I'm just really bad.
No, just going off what I said before, unless they can just make some miracle happen, IT's playing tighter. They just are. I mean, the cold hard facts are that IT plays more TF2. It's as simple as that. They play more TF2 together, alone. I mean, Indust has, I think, almost 10,000 hours in TF2. Just crazy. What? I have 4,000 hours.
What? That's a lie. That's a damn lie. I'm checking.
It's not a lie. But, it comes down to just how much you do it. And if anyone's done research on how we operate as human beings,
wow,
how we operate, if we do something for 10,000 hours, we become efficient at it. It's something that it's not that we mastered, but that we've just gotten to a point where we don't have to think about it when we do it anymore. And then you can think about other things. You can improvise. So once you get to that point, you're, pretty good. Some people don't need to spend 10,000 hours. Some people do. It doesn't matter. What matters is they play more TF2. Simple as that.
It's a lot of TF2, and it's a lot of meaningful TF2 as well. Pugs in the 6v6 construct. It's tough to it's tough to beat that type of practice hours, especially like Banny, who's got a lot of hours himself, and a lot of them are scrimming, pugging, playing this game 6v6 at the highest level. So all right, so it's going to be Snakewater. I agree that IT's just got it down. Interesting to note too that IT switched up a lot of members heading into this season. They switched up Danny and Shrugger, I believe, are the only two holdovers from the team before, which lost in England. But their form now, they're still playing with that tight-knit, really cohesive unit. As I choke on my own saliva. It's really interesting to me that they can bring in new pieces and still be that tight-knit. And on the other hand, Mixup core has stayed pretty much the same, and TLR was brought back in. He didn't play last season, but I'll be honest, they were a little more loosey-goosey than I thought they'd be, just kind of poking out, getting picked, not necessarily working together. The second half, it just seemed like they were a step behind as a team, which is, you would think shouldn't happen, I guess, but I don't know.
It shouldn't. You're absolutely right, and it did, and people were missing shots also on Mixup from when I was speccing first person. Sometimes I do. I try to do third person free roam just so I can kind of get a feel for the flow of the battle and what's going to happen. But sometimes I catch first person and I'm seeing people missing. Enigma hasn't had a stellar LAN so far. Squid's been playing all right, but when you put that up against someone who's getting 4-5 Ks and going 20-6 in a half, they're just not going to stand up. They'll just get chiseled down into nothing, to pebbles.
Yeah, you're right. I just remembered that me saying like only 2 holdovers was Manny and Shrugger. I forgot about the young Thomas Lansky. How could I? Guy who was gone from kind of a random pickup 3 seasons ago, I guess, to play pocket, to being considered, if not the best pocket. Can't really consider him any worse at this point than Platinum or Tyler or Siegel, who all play for Mixup. So, yes, chat, I got it wrong. That was 3. Ah, no. All right, whatever. So I don't have Source TV up. I guess there's a powwow occurring right now. Mixup putting their heads together, holding hands, sitting kumbaya in a circle, meditating, trying to find the right deity to pray to get some success in this upcoming Snakewater map. I guess the cure-all would be let's play better, but is there a tactical decision that you could see maybe working? We do have the Source TV, just came up now. Truck is actually the best, and we have that. But is there a tactical decision from Mixup standpoint? Say, well, Snakewater, we just kind of got destroyed. What do we do? How can we make a fix? Is there something placement-wise or decision-making-wise that they can do? That you would do if you're on that team still, I guess, would be a better way of phrasing it.